Okay, let's try the last question. It's a min-max problem, and let's just read through it, see if we can figure out what's going on. There's this chicken farmer. He's going to build a rectangular closure, PQRS, to keep his chickens. He wants the area to be 200 square meters. Well, area of a rectangle, that's width times length, so that should be pretty easy. But anyways, one of the sides, PS, is along an existing wall. So the only fence that he's going to need is X plus X, and Y. Okay, that's the only fence he's going to need. The fencing material costs 100 Rand per meter. Okay, there we go. All right. He wants to calculate the dimensions of the rectangle so he spends as little money as possible. Well, the first question is determine Y in terms of X. Figure out Y in terms of X. Well, we've got a relationship here. We've got the area, so we can go XY equals 200. So that's what we do. XY is 200. But we want to figure out what Y equals in terms of X. We just divide by X. There it is. Y equals 200 over X. Well, we're going to use that to do the next question. Work out the total cost. Well, all you do is you've got this X plus another X, that's X plus X, that's 2X, times 100 Rand per every meter. And then instead of Y, you can make it 200 over X times 100 Rand per meter. So what does that look like? X plus X times 100, and then 100 times Y. But we know that Y is 200 over X. Well, that's going to give us the whole thing. What's 100 times 200? That's your 20,000. There's your X that stays in the bottom. I think we've just explained where this formula comes from. Now, the last part. We want to find the minimum cost. Well, how do we use calculus to find a minimum cost? Well, there's our function. We've just got to put it in the right form, find the derivative, make it equal 0, and solve for X. So let's do the first part. There's 200X plus 20,000. Instead of 1 over X, I make it X to the minus 1. Now I'm going to find the derivative. Derivative of 200X is 200. Minus 1 times 20,000 is minus 20,000, but you've got to subtract 1, X to the minus 2. Well, there you go. That's your first part. But that X to minus 2 really means 20,000 over X squared. Now, how do we solve this thing? Well, let's add this over here and multiply both sides by X squared. 200 times X squared, there's 200X squared. 20,000 over X squared times X, it would cancel, you get 20,000. Now divide by 100 both sides, 200 I mean. If you divide by 200, 2 of the zeros will cancel, you'll get 100. Well, isn't that a nice number? X squared equals 100. Then what is X? It must be 10 meters. So that's exactly what he should make it. He should make it 10 meters, 10 meters. They didn't ask about Y, but if we put in 10 here, it must be Y must be 20 meters. And that's going to minimize the cost. Well, pretty tricky, eh? There you go. Question 4, all done.